What's happening, people? Welcome to the Sound Design channel. My name is La, and today we're going to make a pluck, a really nice, clean sounding pluck for melodic house and melodic techno. Let's have a listen to what we're going to make. Cool. So yeah, as you can see there, it's made in Diva. It's probably my synth of choice. I do use Diva for a lot of synths because it just has a really nice tone to it. The pluck itself is pretty simple. It's just some small little things that make it sound really nice and clean. So we're going to look into that. The MIDI is, as you see here, I'm playing within the G sharp minor scale. All it is just repeating the G along the bottom. And then we've got this A working up to the B, and then working up to C sharp, E, and then down to B. So it's the middle note that's changing, and then the top note stays on the D sharp. Cool. So let's look at making the sound from scratch. So let's get Diva open. Everything else that you hear in this track is from the, I guess, the PML Everything bundle. There's a mix of a few things in there. The bass is from Bound to Divide's pack, the Diva preset pack. And then I think the drums are a mix from Neil Hoffman's pack and potentially Ben Bomer's pack, I think. Cool, so let's take a look here. What we want to do from this initial patch in Diva is we go presets, we go to templates, and then we go to June 60. And then from here, we bring this to nothing, so we just want this square wave. In fact, I just need to drag the MIDI over so we have something to play with. I'll just solo this. So right now, it's going to be pretty buzzy. We bring this down. And for me, I always bring this cutoff down to where I can hear like the fundamental of the sound, and then I'll shape that fundamental. Yeah, nice. You can hear it a little bit. I'll turn it up a bit and use this multi-core. This just uses less CPU. Okay, cool. So we need to change this. This is just a very small thing, but these different modules that you have, they do make a difference to the sound. They change it slightly. So it's good to play around with them and see what you like, because they're based off real synths. And that's what's cool with Diva. And so what we want to do is actually change this one as well. I think it's on multi. And let me just check on the other one. I believe that was correct. Yeah, multi, and then this. Yeah, cool. So, and then we bring up this here. This will just take away a little bit of the low end before putting it through the filter. Okay, cool. So we need to add a little bit more to the sound. Also, we just take down this LFO. We don't need that on there. So here with this envelope, this is where we add a bit of a bite to the sound. But we don't want it to be that open. And then we want to add a bit of sustain. Yeah. This attack, you kind of want to fine tune it really. I mean, you can have it however you like. You could have it really plucky or really like aggressive. Or you can have a little bit of a, you know, a wum wum wum. You know, that's exaggerating it. And we can put some of this velocity and key tracking on as well. And that's going to make it so that it reacts to velocity and it reacts to key tracking. So as you work up the keyboard, it's going to react to that. You can also assign that to the filter. Cool. So we need some reverb on there as well. The reverb, you want to really cool it down a bit. You don't want some like crazy spacious sound. You want it to sound really clear and clean, and the reverb's just to give it a bit of stereo information essentially. So we bring the size down a little bit, and then the decay, you want it to be pretty short. Yeah, around there is pretty good. Cool, we're going to add another 2 voices. I'm going to put this on Divine. Very small details this is, but what we can actually do with these voices is make them detune slightly as it cycles through those voices. So we can make all these voices a little bit different, not by much, don't go crazy. And we're going to put this voice drift up a bit. So it's cycling through the voices. And then you can add more more detune and more voice drift as it goes through. The last thing that we're going to do is just add a slight bit of movement to it. So we're going to add this LFO here. You could leave it as it is and not mess around with this. But with that, it's a little bit too aggressive. So we're going to put this on 1/4 and then bring the depth over. And put this on the sine wave. And sync it. So what that's doing is it's opening the cutoff just at a certain timing. I think it's like pretty much in time with the kick. And it's just like exaggerating that upbeat. It's going and it's just really it helps with the groove, I think. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna see if this is sounding pretty close. We'll listen with everything and we'll see if it's close enough. And let's listen to this one. I think this is gonna be louder. Yeah. So all we need to do is actually add a bit of the processing. I just took away a bit of the low end. And the compressor, I compress it quite a lot. Not a huge amount, but to around 5 dBs of gain reduction, but with the attack at around 3, and then the release at around 2. So that way it's just grabbing it's grabbing it a little bit, but not too harshly. So it's still letting in that initial pluck or initial transient. So we're going to bring up the gain reduction, the makeup. Now it sounds pretty full. Let me just turn this off and on so you can hear the difference. It's actually bringing up the reverb and the sustain in the sound quite a lot. And then the next thing we want to do is just add a preset saturator called Warm the Highs. And this is not doing a huge amount, but it does add a little bit of crispness. You can actually leave the dry wet pretty high because it's not a huge effect. And then the last thing is just a sidechain compressor, which I'm just going to take from here. Everybody knows how to do sidechain compression. It's pretty simple, but just make sure with the ratio you want it to be pretty low. All right, so now let's have a listen. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. I hope it was helpful in any way. If it was, let us know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, hit the notification button. Just support the channel the best way you can. And yeah, that's it. I will follow up with this video, possibly show you like the bass and anything else that you want to see. Just let me know and I'll do a video on it. Thank you very much, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.